Hey guys, so I kind of just want to start documenting my progress and a little bit of my journey with Breathe Naturals because it's been in the works for a really long time and it's getting so close to launching and I'm so excited about it. And I want to just tell you a little bit about the process, the inspiration, the struggles, and how I've kind of gotten to where it is today and my plan for the future. So, Breathe Naturals is an all-natural and organic deodorant. It's no aluminum, no parabens, no synthetic fragrance, or any of the toxic ingredients that a lot of our traditional deodorants contain that most people are aware of but don't make the switch because they don't know that there's a better option maybe, or they're just scared to try it. So, it all started when I was, just starting my just started as an athlete in high school, and I was sweating a lot, running a lot, and I would try these different deodorants, and they were like the stick, Gillette, like Old Spice, the white one, and then the blue one, and then Axe spray, and then Dove spray, and all this bullshit, and trying ones that my dad used. And a lot of the time I would just get a really red like rash under my armpit, and it would burn like hell because honestly, I don't even think I have sensitive skin, but I just was having a really hard time finding a deodorant that worked for me and didn't hurt my skin or basically give me a rash. So, when I was early in high school, I think probably maybe a sophomore or junior, I had an uncle, and he would always come over and talk about this coconut oil deodorant that this lady would make for him. And I thought it was so interesting because it was just different. It was unconventional. It wasn't something that you hear about a lot, and this was before like Native or Schmitz or any of these big brands were really on the market. And so it just really got my attention. Like, coconut oil, it sounds good, it sounds natural, like that can be a deodorant. And I kept asking him every time he would come over, hey, can you bring me some of that coconut oil deodorant? Can you ask that lady if she can make me some? Like, I'll pay for it. I want to try this. I want to use this stuff. And he never brought it for me. He never brought the deodorant. And so I just was stuck using the bullshit chemical deodorants, essentially, like the traditional ones. So I remember it was the winter break of my sophomore year of college. So I was probably about 19. And I was like looking online about these natural deodorants, like how to make a DIY one. So I went to Plum Market, which is like basically a health food store. It's like a independent kind of Whole Foods, actually, in Birmingham, where I'm from. And I bought coconut oil, I bought peppermint essential oil, bought arrowroot powder and baking soda and some glass jars, and spent about $50. And that was when I made my first batch ever of this natural coconut oil deodorant. And it was a very simple recipe, and it was made in a jar, not a stick. So it was very simple, but very effective. And I work out a lot and I sweat a lot and I'm an active guy. And the fact that this shit held up really well and did well for me, it changed everything. I knew I was onto something. So I just kept using that a little bit, and I thought, okay, maybe this can be a business, maybe this could be a cool idea. And at first I called it Coco Clean. And I never really had enough knowledge or perspective to think like, oh, I could actually sell this, make money, share this with family, friends, get the word out, promote it on social media, promote it on whatever. And then it just kind of drifted off. Like, it just was a hobby. Like, it was just a DIY thing I made once every few months when I ran out. It never really went anywhere until probably about last November, which was November 2018. A combination of listening to Grant Cardone, Christian Guzman on YouTube, and probably some other things. I was just like, enough is enough. This is bullshit. Like, I need to create this. I'm sick of like listening or hearing about these jobs that I'm gonna have to get if I don't create something for myself, and sick of just like I don't know. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I knew that I needed something cool to create and sell and help people with, because that's my biggest passion. I want to help people. And if I could solve this problem, that I knew it would be big. If I could solve the problem of people sweating and not smelling and not putting anything harmful in their body, then I would be onto something awesome. So I just remember, I was like, what's the point of just waiting on this and just holding off and not doing anything? So I went online, did some more research, and I ordered a bunch of shit from these websites and from Amazon to start making sample batches of deodorant. And my first batch, again, was in a jar, and it was a very simple recipe, but it worked. And then I started doing more research and looking at what these other natural deodorants had in them on the market, and started buying some of those ingredients and experimenting and watching different YouTube videos and reading blogs and giving it to friends and family. And then I realized, I don't know about this jar thing. People weren't too keen on it. I wasn't too keen on it, to be honest. And I bought that summer a natural deodorant that came in a stick. And I really liked it, but I realized there were some flaws. It was kind of sandy feeling, kind of dry, kind of like scrapey on your skin almost, didn't glide on smoothly. And I knew I needed to correct that in order to be successful with it. So I just kept doing the research and kept making different batches in my kitchen in my apartment. And I probably, over the course of November to July of 2019, made 40, maybe even close to 50 different batches. And I never quite got it right. And this was hard. I put in so much time, so much work, ordered all these labels, had my mom help me create the labels, the website, and I thought this deodorant formula would be like easy, quick, done, like no problem at all. But little did I know it would take so long, because I thought, oh, I got the jar like pretty good really fast, so why couldn't I get the stick to be good quality really fast? So I reached out to a chemist I found online after making some cold calls and got him to help me. And I spent about $250. He helped me, which didn't help at all. And that was that. And the formula still wasn't how I liked. So time went on, was making different batches. This was throughout the school year. And then this summer, when I realized it was melting in the hot temperature, like in a car or in an apartment that got too hot, the deodorant would actually melt. And that was when I realized I needed help. I'm not a chemist, I'm not a science guy, I'm a business, finance, marketing person. And I knew that I needed help. I knew that I just needed to invest the money to shortcut the process and just get this formula right, because I already have the website, I have the labels, I have the social media, I had the attention. All I needed was this damn formula to be right. And I had been ordering so much different ingredients, experimenting, wasting time probably on it, when I could have just paid this person to help me in the first place. So, and like I ordered all this stuff from Alibaba, from these apothecary websites. It was madness. Now looking back, I should have just done this like months ago, but that's what your ego does. You think you can do everything on your own. So that was a learning lesson. So I spent some time after making these batches and realizing it wasn't going the way I wanted. I spent some time looking on LinkedIn for a chemist who could help me. And I reached out to one, thought I was going to work with her, didn't work out. Found another one in North Carolina, and that was it. So we started working together, and I think we started working together August 1st. And so much communication back and forth, and emailing and talking on the phone, and just figuring out different things that I wanted, suggestions that she had about how to create the formula, because I wanted it to be a specific way. I wanted it to glide on nicely, not pull your armpit hair. I wanted it to be stable, meaning it can withstand warmer temperatures. It's not going to melt in your car or a warm apartment in the summer, or if you live in the South like I did, it's not going to melt. So I created the first batch probably end of August. So it took almost 3-4 weeks. By the time I got the formula, the supplies, everything was handled and settled with the chemist, I created my first formula. And man, it was amazing what happened after I created the first formula with the help of the chemist compared to trying to do it on my own. It was a completely different ballgame, and I never would have arrived at that point without her help. So thank you so much. Whatever thousands of dollars I spent was well worth it, because I finally got something that was going to work. So I created the first one, then we made an adjustment to the second one, because I wanted the formula to have a little bit more slip and glide across your skin, kind of like an a roll-on deodorant. Like, especially if you're a guy and you have some armpit hair, it's a lot better to have that glide or that slip across your armpit, like I like to call it. Second batch had a lot of slip. It was nice. It felt nice going on, but it was a little too like oily and wet in your armpit. So the third batch I created with the chemist's help, I actually kind of made those adjustments on my own, and she just gave me the seal of approval on it. That one I just created today, so I'm very excited to see how it's going to turn out when I check on it tomorrow. I think it'll be a combination of that first and second batch, the one that was really nice and wax-like and a little bit drier, and the second batch, which had a little bit more slip and glide. So I'm so excited to see how that comes out, because I think that'll be the perfect mix. And I did an Instagram poll on my Instagram to ask people what they like more, the slip deodorants, like the glide, or if they like the dry deodorants, and it was almost 50-50. So I feel like if I could create a deodorant that's kind of an equal mix of those two things, it would do really well, and it would fit what most people are looking for. So I'm so excited to see how that turns out. I know it's super close to being finished in terms of formulating, and I really hope to launch it and start selling it by October 1st. I'm hoping, and I think it's absolutely possible because my website is done. I have the label printer, I have the ship station, I have the the photo box. Literally, I have almost everything that I need to start selling it. I just need that formula down. So I'm so excited. That's a little bit about my journey. And throughout that journey, it took 9-10 months to get to the point where I'm at. And what I realized is that with Instagram and with social media and the day and age that we live in, it makes it look like shit can happen so quickly, and that, I don't want to say success is overnight, but that you're going to get results in a really short period amount of time. And that's just not how it works. I'm sorry, but I didn't realize that because I was arrogant or ignorant or whatever you want to say. And I didn't realize that, but it's the damn truth. And listening to podcasts of people who have actually made it, you see how long it actually took their journey. And all you see now is that piece of success that they're having right now, but you don't see all the shit that went into it beforehand. So I know that's going to be the same for me. I know it's going to take time, and it has taken time, and I'm perfectly okay with that. But yeah, that was just a little learning lesson right there, was that I thought like I was going to have this idea, boom, 1 month later, I was going to be selling it and like making money and everything. And that's just not the way it works. So that was really cool. And just, I think when you want to start your own business, if you ever want to start your own business or create your own product or course or whatever it is inevitable that you're going to have things that are thrown your way that you don't expect. And that's just the way that entrepreneurship, I'll say, works, because being an entrepreneur, there's going to be a lot of roadblocks and a lot of things that are going to come up that you never expected. And if you quit on those, you're done, because it's going to test you. And if you can withstand those tests and not quit, eventually you're going to be successful. And I know that for a fact. So I had a lot of things come up that, easily I could have been like, oh, fuck this is too hard. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Who am I to try to make a deodorant? I don't know what I'm doing. But hey, I pushed through all of them, and I feel very happy about it. And I know it's going to be really rewarding once I start seeing the rewards of it. So for a few of those examples, if you care to hear, I thought I had this perfect stick for the deodorant, like the actual plastic container. I had the label created, and then I wanted to order more of them, I think, and I couldn't find that stick anywhere on Alibaba where you could order like large quantities. And then the supplier who I was ordering from before didn't have them anymore. So I had to find an entirely new stick, order it from Alibaba, create an entirely new label, just things like that. Or like, there's always just going to be these roadblocks or these tests that come up, and you just have to push through, and it takes time, but hey, that's what it's all about. So that's my story about Breathe Naturals. It all started off as an idea back in early college or high school from my uncle to create not my own, but to have this natural coconut oil based deodorant. started researching deodorant and the toxic and harmful ingredients that they actually contain, and realized that, hey, if I don't want this stuff in my body, there's got to be a lot more people out there like me who don't want this stuff in their body either. And there has to be a natural and organic and safe way to prevent body odor, especially for athletes or heavy sweaters like myself, because I'm really passionate about health and fitness and wellness. So that led me to where I am now, almost done with Breathe Naturals formulating, and pretty soon it'll be on the market. So I'm really excited about that. If you have a chance, check out Breathe BREATHE Naturals on Instagram, or breathe-naturals.com. Hey, maybe when you watch this, the product will even be up for sale. So check it out. Hope you love this. Yeah, that's it. That's my story. So thanks for watching.